On to the fight that Kevin and I didn't get to go to, but we got to sit here and watch.
Yes.
Amir Khan fought Lamont Peterson.
And before that, Seth Mitchell fought.
Yes.
Yeah. Seth Mitchell
won.
Continuing his win ways. TKO in the second round. It was, it's great for the DC crowd. We loved it because it's a hometown boy doing great, but it was pretty uneventful. It just happened fast. Now, what did you think about the
It was interesting. I mean, I was confused at parts because, like I said, I am not the big boxing guy. There was a lot of pushing, head shoving down, holding one head. I was yelling, guillotine, guillotine. I'm knee him in the head. Oh, no, wrong sport.
Drop elbows.
I thought the fight was exciting.
It was an exciting fight. I'll give you that.
It was entertaining.
It was a lot of action. There was a lot of punches being thrown. The thing was,
I think the ref even threw a punch at one point because he punched the shit out of Khan's card. Hit deduct one, hit deduct two.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue. I mean,
going to be?
It's an issue. I mean, obviously.
I think Kerry said it best.
What'd you say, Kerry?
He should never ref in this state again.
Well, they're going to like him reffing here.
Well,
because I mean, it worked out for the hometown boy. But I mean, the thing is this: it was a lot of action because both of those guys had no, in a sense, really no respect to the other person's power. They're like, this guy can't knock me out.
And
so
neither one had power.
Yeah, neither one had power. Lamont Peterson got the win via split decision.
Yeah.
No, was it majority decision?
Yeah, it was a majority decision.
Majority decision, yeah. And the big question is going to be, it was a good fight. It was a close fight. But I think everybody at this table thought that probably Khan won the fight. You know what I mean? And,
yeah, I mean, I thought despite even the 2 points, I thought he still had it 113, 112.
Right. I know at one time in like in the 8th round we're going, Peterson's going to get there. And then it seemed like Khan turned it on and did what he had to do to win the fight. But the big controversy is those 2 points that were deducted for him pushing, which is an illegal tactic, but you just never see refs fucking call you on that shit.
Well, especially 2 points.
Right.
Yeah,
twice.
It was crazy. And when that last one was late in the
12th
match,
round.
and like it was a game changer in my opinion.
Well, and the other thing is in what Lamont Peterson had brought up was the knockdown in the first round.
Yeah, that was
called
fucked
against
up.
him. You know, when you watch it on tape, that was questionable as to whether that was a knockdown.
Too. So
if you sort of take that into account, the 2 points taken and then a false knockdown, that turns into
That's
net
a good
of
point.
1.
Right.
So
that's a good point because I didn't think about that. Right. So that's.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm advocating on behalf of Lamont or anything. I'm just,
Well, and that was one of the knockdowns. If you think about this, the second knockdown was he called knockdown, but the first time he went down, the refs got in his way. The ref tripped him up.
Yeah.
I mean, the ref.
Well, that wasn't called a knockdown. They did call that a
So that's right. So he didn't get a point off for that one.
Yeah, we like the ref outfit too.
We'll get to that. I think that's going to be the topic of Kevin's fucked up news segment.
Right.
My bad.
Now, on to the NBA.
Where's Chris Paul going?
Well, he's not going to LA,
where
and
he's
I'm
not
very
going.
upset about it. But fuck all that, okay?
Tyson Chandler's a Knick. Karan Butler went to the Clippers. It seems like Dallas is unloading everyone, and now
Dallas is going to get.
Did you say that they got Lamar Odom?
Yeah, Lamar Odom's feelings are hurt.
Yeah,
so
now are they picking up Khloe Kardashian too?
They're going to have to.
She going to play power forward or?
Yep, that and a bunch of candy bars. Because like Lamar. This is the thing, the trade got nixed at the beginning.
Somebody got a forklift
and fucked it all up. It's just. I don't.
That's a lot of lady.
I mean, I don't know how. I don't know how.
Well, I just want to ask you, what are your thoughts on Dan Gilbert?
He's trying to get me going, isn't he?
Yep.
Because that'll be my fucked up news.
That's going to be your fucked up news?
He's a bitch.
Okay, all right, never mind then. Then real quick, the ref in the Amir Khan fight should be fired forever, period, end of story. I agree with Kerry 100%. That dude was rotten. That's the worst referee I've ever seen in a combative sport. Okay.
Yeah. Dan Gilbert, to me,
That's your fucked up news segment.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get to that. We're not there yet. But anyway, NBA. The NBA.
Sorry, I'm teeing all this stuff up too soon. I didn't get the notes. Send me the notes next time.
And this is the guy who tells us he doesn't need notes. Anyway, NBA, in my opinion, is fucked up. A lot of people are going that way. No one really knows what they're doing yet. It's just,
and Gilbert Arenas was cut.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. Well, he's like in what's it?
NBDL.
He's got
nobody's gonna pay that guy like $12 million.
It's fucking terrible. But I mean. The trade is where it was the big news. The three-way trade that was between the
three-way.
Yeah,
three-way team.
Right.
Who's involved in that one?
I mean, the NBA, if you look at it, it's like who knows what's going on with what the NBA, the whole Hornets, and who owns it, and what's going on, and who's making the decisions and everything. But it was a good deal. It wasn't like I was
For the
talking to Kara
Lakers.
earlier. It's going for, but that's what people. But it was a good deal for everybody.
No,
Like,
I agree. I don't know
when
how
you're getting rid of 2/3 of your front court, okay, and you're getting rid of the sixth man of the year, okay, and Pau Gasol, arguably one of the best forwards in the NBA.
Ooh, I'm glad you said forward.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're losing a lot.
softest.
It's not like baseball where you're just going out and spending to acquire players. They're losing a lot.
And I guess my point is if those three teams agreed to the trade, who the fuck cares what anybody else says? To me, if you think the whole reason, if I agree to something, I must feel I'm getting something.
Right.
So it's not a bad deal. I think I'm getting a good deal.
Right.
You think you're getting a good deal. It's like if I went to sell you something, Kevin,
The Hornets
and
were-
and you felt you were getting a fair price on it. What the hell's the difference? Why would George say anything?
Right. That's the thing. And then why would you allow the GM of the Hornets to even put the deal together or do this if you're going to shoot things down? You know what I mean? It's like, and then you have Gilbert up there crying like a little bitch.
We'll get to that.
This is a fucking bitch.
We'll get to
You
that.
know what I'm saying? So it's like
Is he a bitch?
he's absolutely a bitch.
But
You know?
while we're sticking
In the closet, no.
Now on to another piece of news, which is going to break someone's heart. Brian Braun
Milwaukee.
has managed
It
to
broke his heart.
fail a drug test. My man had a little too much synthetic testosterone in his system.
He's gone for 50 days.
See you bye, Pimpin.
No, not
50
50 days.
games.
50
games, I meant 50
yeah.
games.
I mean, wishes it was 50
Good luck.
days.
And then here's my problem. This donkey sat there, and here's when other players get popped for steroids, just shut up. If they want to come interview you, don't say anything.
Well, especially if you think that you may at some point experiment.
Right.
Yeah, like I was saying, just don't, because now you look even worse. You look like a complete jackass because you made all these statements. It was so dumb. You should have never done it. No
Right.
player should ever do that. Oh, by the way, there's a needle hanging out of my ass right now full of tests.
And Roger Clemens' trainer was there to.
Come on, man.
I mean, this is the
Fucking
thing.
donkey.
His I don't know if it's his publicist or his people or his camp are saying there's a legitimate reason behind this.
Oh, this should be rich.
Now, the bottom line is this. If you know you're taking it, like Carrie and I were involved in a conversation when we went to go grab some the pizzas, and I'm like going, suppose he was sick and didn't want to disclose it to anybody. He had to take it for treatment. The bottom line is the Major League Baseball says, you know you're taking it.
Right.
So,
Well, they have to tell the sport.
you know you're taking it, so you're fucked. You know, it's unless there's some way that he can say he did not knowingly know he's taking it. But then if that's the case, then how do you know you didn't take it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
he's
almost
fucked.
like he's fucked. He basically knew that he took the shit and he's not supposed to do it. So I don't see how he's going to weasel himself out of this one. No one else has seemed to be
Well,
able to do it.
and you know what the worst part is? It's unfair to those other guys who put up a great season last year and weren't recognized with the MVP.
Oh, it's easy. You
Right.
strip him of the MVP
I
award
mean,
and give
but
it
you
to
know,
the second place guy.
nobody likes to get it after the fact. I mean, it's just
Ask
unfortunate.
Anderson Silva. If he wouldn't have tapped Chael Sonnen, he would have won after the fact, cheating bastard. Anyway, going to the fucked up news before Jimmy says
Well, the
something
fucked
dumb.
up news this week is going to be fucking Dan Gilbert.
Who?
Dan fucking get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, Dan Gilbert.
Dan-
he is fucked up.
Dan, see you buy LeBron James. Now I'm in a small market team and want to cry?
Right. This guy, he said so much fucked up shit.
He's
this
a
week.
dirtball, dude.
And he contradicted himself. He's whining and writing letters and
And I
saying
told-
if you allow this trade to go through.
And I told you when LeBron left and he came out and made all those comments, who in their right mind would go play for that dude?
Right.
And now he's making himself look even worse.
He
He does
he's-
not have his players' backs at
He
all.
was not whining for 6 years when that stadium was filled when LeBron was there. Was anybody holding him back from saying, you know what? I'm going to trade fucking Mo and all these other guys, and I'm going to get another fucking stud player to play with LeBron.
Should have done
When?
that.
He should have.
He didn't.
should've. No, he didn't.
He drafted pure garbage, dog.
You know what?
Sideshow
And-
Bob.
Yeah. He really did. And he didn't do that. And you know what? LeBron finally said, fuck it, and he left town.
I mean, they did acquire Delonte Quick Movers West.
Yeah. How's Regency Furniture treating you?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Sure,
feel
sure.
bad for that dude, but I mean, how does what?
This is the thing.
And supposedly he was the mouthpiece behind the complaints about the Chris Paul trade.
Well,
Yeah, no,
one of
that's
the
what I
funny
heard.
things that he said a lot of things that just where he contradicts himself. One, he's like, oh, if they make this trade, not only are they're going to free up a lot of money. You know, they're not losing any draft picks. Well, the bottom line is that they were trying to save draft picks for maybe if they went after Howard. Second thing is if you give up Gasol and Odom, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've got to replace them.
Yep.
That costs money to replace them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he was saying, oh, they're going to have all this money. They're going to be way under the cap now and all this shit. And it was very obvious that he was targeting them. The trade was good for the Hornets.
So it sounds like somebody was maybe doing something to improve their team while he sat there and can't convince anyone to come play for his team, is what it sounds like.
Right.
It sounds like
so
sour
he's
grapes.
bitching about shit. But, you know, I look at what teams have, you know, Atlanta's improved their team over the years. The Witchmagic, the biggest
Oklahoma City?
It's Oklahoma City. I mean, they had
Draft
nothing,
picks.
and they've done everything. You look at what's happening with the Clippers now. You know, it's these people are going out using their draft picks and building up teams and stuff like this. And Gilbert's sitting here bitching and crying. What do you think the Clippers have to do? They got to compete against the Lakers. You know?
Well, Clippers might now be the front runners for Chris Paul.
They could be the front runners for Chris Paul.
But
you know?
my big question is, what's going on? I mean, I guess we're going off on another tangent. What are they doing in Dallas?
Well,
what are they doing?
Kerry's shaking his head.
Cleaning house.
Kerry lived in Dallas. Our boy Kerry was here, lived in Dallas for 12 years, and he's just like, he thought the fact that they let Tyson Chandler go to the Knicks was just the dumbest fucking thing.
That's
Here,
another.
let me get the mic, because I know he's going to want to talk about this shit.
Here's another quick
What's
question
your thought
for
on
you.
the whole thing?
Yeah, everybody thinks that Dirk was the whole team. Clearly the best player on the team, no doubt about it.
Uh-huh.
But for years, he's been the best player on the team. The one missing link that they needed was some serious grit, someone to do the grunt work inside. And they finally got that last year with Tyson Chandler. I don't understand why Cuban let him go. I understand the salary cap considerations, but couldn't this have waited 1 year, 2 years, give Dirk one more chance or two more chances? This team could have competed. I don't know if they could have won another one, but they certainly were positioned to compete.
While we're talking about Tyson Chandler, can somebody explain to me what's wrong with him? And what I mean by that is he's gone from Chicago, and then he went to play in New Orleans, and now he's in Dallas.
And when he was in Dallas, he had a great year.
Like, I don't understand what's wrong with him. Like, nobody wants to keep the kid, but all he does is show up and play his ass off. He was, in my opinion, he was terrible when he came out when he got drafted. Because I remember his interview was like, why do you play?
17 years old.
Right. And they asked him, why do you play basketball? His response is, because I'm tall.
Right.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! I play miniature golf because I'm short, but I mean, come on.
Right.
I didn't get it. Like, but now he's blossomed into what I would feel is like a good front court player that no one wants to keep.
Yeah.
Like he's like the redheaded stepchild. Like, I don't
He
get
was
it.
a true stud. He went down for like 13, 14 games, I'd say, in the latter third of the year last year, and the team suffered. He came back just in time for the playoffs, and the team, obviously, you saw the run they went on. My suspicion is that the Knicks threw a lot of money at him. I don't know exactly what he got, but the Knicks obviously wanted him.
He said,
they
"Fuck it."
got him. So
Dude,
it's
our
great.
Mari Stoudemire has the biggest raging hard on right now.
Yeah.
Because now he doesn't have to rebound.
Well, you know, Cuban's not somebody like Gilbert to sit over in the corner and get cry about shit because he
No,
makes
he's
moves.
gotta have
already
something up
going
his
after
sleeve.
Odom, and Odom is probably a little disgruntled for all the shit that went
A
down with
little?
the trade, so he wants to leave.
Yeah, he's got
Breaking
that
news:
giant
the
backpack.
Odom deal is done. It was just done about 5 minutes ago.
Really?
Odom is now with Dallas Mavericks.
What-
I don't know what they gave up for him, but
My whole day is just getting more and more fucked up. It's just this show goes on.
It's okay. Hey, you know what we can talk about that'll make you feel better?
What?
Women's MMA.